Two TikTok sensations, two men with a lot on the line for differing reasons. A war of words have been had, and now we finally get it on. Gora, Matt Rose, the gloves are off. As you can see, Gora here. We're still waiting for Matt Rose to enter the building. But as I say that, the man himself is here. The sheriff's in town. Gora here. The gloves are off. Let's begin, lads. Take a seat. So I'm going to come to you first, Gora. You know, you've been back in the ring for a while now, so your second fight after a long time. But let's get back to the roots. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. What was it like for you growing up in Birmingham?
All right, man. I had a good upbringing. Very loving family. Like I say, not too much to say on it really. I very loved, you know, I had a fighting background. Family full of fighters, brothers, cousins, pros, boxers as well. So yeah, we've always trained from a young age. So it's nothing new to me.
I mean, you mentioned that fighting background. Was boxing that background, or was it something else? Where was that sort of adulation?
It's been a mixture of everything: boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, that kind of thing. So we've been involved in it for a long time, probably since the age of like 6. So yeah, it's been there for my whole life, really. Been there his whole life. I mean, Matt, here you are, the sheriff, with a snake in your boot potentially there. Your belts are definitely there. You've heard obviously Cal's upbringing. He said since the age of 6 he's been fighting. What was it like for you on the other hand? You're not from Birmingham, obviously. So what was it like for you growing up?
Growing up, it was all right, a bit rough, obviously. But I found my love for this sport, just to take this man out.
Silence to stare.
I think I've got something, and he ain't taking shit away from me.
Yeah, we're going to get into that, of course. And, you know, you said you've got this love for this sport. I mean, you're probably, you know, for those of you out there that might be watching thinking, who is Matt Rose? You're probably you're probably in the best sort of part of your career right now, on the back of a couple of wins.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
This sort of boxing turn that you've had, where did that sort of come from? Where did that sort of mentality shift, would you say?
I'll be honest, if it weren't for Unleashed, then I probably wouldn't be boxing. I was getting a few losses. We turned it around, got a new team, got the old team out, new team in. And look at us now, knocking people out, and this one's going to be no different.
Of course, and Cal, you've heard, obviously, he's talking a lot. And this is a fight that wasn't really on your radar. You know, you didn't know who Matt Rose was. Where did this?
I didn't know who he was. He may have all these followers, but I still don't know who he is. No one on the card knew who he was until he fought, until he started getting gobbled to Naveed, who was also a sausage, and he's next.
Looks like Matt Rose is coming for everyone, but Cal, you heard him there, he didn't know who you were. But where did this sort of start from, this sort of angst that you've got between each other?
We were scheduled to fight a few months ago, probably even longer. And he pulled out.
I didn't.
You did.
Communication to the promoter.
You pulled out. You went to fight somewhere else in London, got banged out.
Yeah, and what?
And then, you know, and then I ended up fighting Conor Benson, who was at 5-6 kilo overweight, still took the fight on. You know, and we got the job done, but you know, he pulled out, and that's why I was quite shocked when he called me out and wanted the fight, because I just thought it was very brave of you. Very brave.
Brave indeed. He's here wearing the sheriff's hat. Maybe he's here to put some law and order. But going back to that Conor Benson fight, Cal, that was your first fight after a while. How did you find that fight in terms of your performance?
The performance wasn't there at all. It wasn't up to par by any means. You know, we trained very hard, and I'd cut out a lot of bad habits as well, training. But it wasn't there. Like, I've watched the fight a few times, and it wasn't at all what the game plan was meant to be. But as I say, sometimes the fight goes like that. But like I say, this fight is going to be completely different, and I'm just so excited to get in there and do it.
I can tell. But Matt, did you manage to catch his last fight?
Genuinely could not give a fuck. Like, everyone said it was a shit fight.
And of course, and obviously you're back on CSL. It's good to have you back, Matt. The last time...
This is my promotion.
Interesting. The last time you were obviously here, you fought Drill Mitchell. It didn't go your way. Since then, what have you been working on in camp?
People clean out.
That's what. By slapping them.
What?
By slapping them.
Are they on the floor?
They get back up though, don't they? So it's not clean out.
No, not really.
You couldn't throw a hard punch
Mate,
to
you
save
can
your
go and
life.
fight and still the geezer get up.
Huh?
Play. Well done.
You can't throw punches,
You are
bro.
not going to move.
Huh?
You're not going to move.
Okay.
I promise you that.
All you do is run around the ring, bro.
And chase
Throw
me,
about 3 or
fat
4
boy.
shots, run around
Don't
again.
chase me then, fat boy.
Huh?
Chase me around in that ring.
I'll show you, fat
You'll
boy, on the
walk onto
night.
your right hand and you're going to sleep.
You've got no power.
Neither of you.
Oh,
Did you
haven't I?
knock your opponent out?
Huh?
Did you knock your
Come
guy?
close.
Exactly, come close.
And you can't really class the wins that you've had as wins. You're fighting
It's
50,
my hand
60-year-old
raised.
blokes.
It's my 60
Do you know
year
what I
old
mean?
bloke.
And barely dropping them. And you're dropping them with slaps.
Yeah, I'm
Do
watching.
you know what I'm saying?
That will slap
And that's
you.
why Unleashed have taken you under, because they know that you
They
shouldn't have
see
taken this
potential.
fight. You've got
They
no
know.
potential.
They said take the fight, easy fight. We all laughed. at
No,
you. Yeah.
no. They all know you shouldn't have called me out, and it's
I
a
did.
very bad move.
Well, I did.
Very,
Now we're
very
here.
bad move.
Now we're here.
And you're going to find out exactly why it is a bad move.
We will find out what happens come 31st of May.
I've watched
But
like 1 or 2 of your fights.
Exactly, you're a fan.
A fan?
Yeah.
No,
Watch
not
it.
really.
It's
Just, I'm just interested.
Behind the scenes. It's
Interested. I was just
Respect
interested. You fought inside the baller, and you couldn't get him out of there, and he's not even had a fight. What was that about? What was that?
let's talk about that fight. Let's talk about
was
that fight, man. How did you find that fight?
What
I mean,
was
Cal's
that?
talking about it.
It's embarrassing.
Against Inside the Ball.
You
Yeah.
got outboxed by someone who doesn't
Yeah,
box.
I
How does that
turned
work?
Put the gloves on, got in the ring, had a fight, got robbed. Everyone
You
says
didn't
it.
get robbed.
You
You didn't get robbed.
Didn't?
No, you
Okay.
didn't get
Look,
robbed.
Each to their own, innit? Like, it's a close fight, could have gone either way then.
Because it's not a robbery, then, is
Yeah,
it?
no,
A robbery is when
I
someone
should've
categorically
won. I
wins the
should've
fight.
won, but it should have been a draw. There's no way that man won.
He
went
did.
even on weight,
And
just saying.
and now it burns your soul
thought-
to know he's walking around there with the belt now.
Couldn't give a fuck because June 7th I'm knocking him out anyway. After you, I knocked you out.
Do you genuinely think that in your little brain that you're
In
going to
my
knock me
heart,
out?
I believe I'm.
Genuinely?
Yeah.
Wow.
We will see, boys. We will see. But you mentioned one thing there, Cal, that I want to get into, and obviously Matt.
I'm so happy
part
we're
of it.
having this fight. You don't understand.
Mate,
But let's get back on topic, boys. Let's get back on topic.
feels like Christmas.
But I'm genuinely happy
Okay.
because this fight I wasn't interested in. It didn't do anything for me.
Don't do shit.
But then
Obviously-
the call up happens.
Then the
Let's
call-
talk about that call up. I want to get into that call up. So, how did you see it from your side? And I'm going to come on to you afterwards, Matt.
What do you mean?
So you were there, obviously, at the fight itself.
Yeah.
You're watching the fight. Matt's
Shit fight, by the way.
there.
It was. I agree.
And the call
Fight.
and the call up happened.
Still stopped him though.
Is it what he
even
said?
noticed.
Is it what he said that triggered you, and you were like, "That's it, that's enough."
Look, he knew why. You know, we had a chat with, you know, people. He knew why I didn't want the fight, you know, for my own reasons.
Because you weren't getting paid £100 more. You got paid £100 less than what you wanted.
No,
Yes.
that wasn't it.
Yes, it was.
No, it
I've
wasn't.
been told.
You can be told what you want.
Okay.
You could be told it's raining outside. It doesn't mean that it is, you div.
It probably is. You never know.
I'm telling
Outside
you,
check.
there was my reasons with CSL. You know, we spoke about it like men, and you know, it was what it was. You know, there wasn't a fallout or anything. And then anyway, I was just stood there, and then he just said what he said about, you know, my mum, and then come over to me afterwards, and
Yeah.
Gypsy pretty much saved your ass. Because he was like, "Cow, he didn't mean it," and blah blah blah, and then he tried to come up to me and apologise, and
I
then
was told to.
sent you for 6. Sent you for 6,
literally
and then you
walked
ran.
about then.
You ran behind
didn't. I
security.
literally walked
You ran.
back to
You
get
ran.
dressed.
You ran.
Is that how it happened, Matt? Is that how the events happened?
You ran. You ran.
Mate,
So
walked
how
into the
how
back
was I
room.
trying to chase you and couldn't get to
You
you
were
then?
chasing
Because you
me.
ran. Because you ran.
Did you chase
Because I
me?
would have plastered you
Yeah,
across
no, I
that
went and got
whole
dressed
fucking
and went home
pub.
and got a burger. Couldn't
Of
give a
course you
fuck.
did.
Actually, to be fair, I went and took
The man was staring at the double doors, making sure I didn't come bursting through.
I couldn't care.
You know what I mean? And then got made to do a public apology on social media and forced to put it up on your own social media because you knew it was very, very stupid.
If it was stupid, then I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
An easy fight.
But in terms of what happened on that event,
That's
that
the
night,
sole reason as to why
Yeah, that's the reason we're here today.
I chose.
do you still stand by what you said, or do you actually kind of take it back in terms of?
I stand on what I said. He said it back to me.
Hmm.
I've said it to him. He said it to me. Now we're here.
We are here indeed. But taking it back to the fight itself, Cal, Can you give this man any credit where you think, okay, this guy does have some sort of skills in the boxing ring that could give a problem for you?
He's not a boxer. He can't box for shit. When the pressure gets on him, he crumbles, drops his head, comes really low, far down, starts swinging for the fences with those little twig arms that he has. You've got no power and you can't box.
Okay.
So when I do put the pressure on you, and you've got no gas tank either, you're fucked. It's as simple as that. You're fucked. And if the referee doesn't step in, I promise you I'm just going to keep hitting you. I'll render your ass unconscious. And I will be the sole reason you don't box again. You won't be boxing June 7th. You won't be.
I will.
Because I'm going to hit you that hard.
I'll probably get another fight the same day, to be fair.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're shit. Straight
You'll
up
see.
shit.
You'll
I'll
see.
Matt, do you see anything from Kel that you're thinking could trouble you?
Dwarf. He's small, isn't he? Like, I'm always fighting dwarfs. And it's getting boring.
Just don't run. Just don't run.
We'll stand in the middle of the ring.
Just don't run.
Toe.
Just don't run.
In the middle of the ring.
I'm not moving.
I will back. We will stand and back. If that's what you want to do, I will do.
No, it's what we are doing.
Is it?
100%.
Good.
100%.
Could be on for Hagler Hearns here. That will be some sight come 31st of May. But you know, I do want to kind of steer it a little bit to another part, and that is obviously it's the main event, guys. You guys are the main event of this Contender show.
As we should.
Does that bring any pressure for you?
No, not at all. It's just nice. I should have been main event last time on that card because I made the most noise.
You needed me to be your main event. Just
Well, not really.
If you were meant to be last time and I was meant to fight you last time and that was going to be main event.
Well, no, because I
And now
said
you're
to
main
these that I
event,
won't
now
fight
you're
unless
fighting
it's
me.
main event.
You just needed me to be main event.
No, it just needed to be
The
worth
final
my
piece to your
time.
puzzle,
This is worth my time. It is worth training
'cause
for.
I made you a main event fight.
How's that it?
Congratulations.
In terms of next, after this, I know you don't want to look past him because obviously that is your main sort of priority right now. What's next for you after this?
I'll be honest, I'm not looking past him at the minute. At the end of the day, look, we can bitch and say whatever we want about one another. It's all bullshit because what it comes down to is stepping in there and having it off. It's that simple. You can say what you want about each other's moms, whatever. You know, things may have got heated and things may have got said, but at the end of the day, we've both got to step in there and try and take each other's heads off. It's that simple. I'm not really a fan of war of words, saying this and that and the other, because anything can happen in a ring, and that's a fact. You know, there's obviously been talk about other people that I'm not going to give the satisfaction of even mentioning, simply because they had their chance and they don't deserve it now. At the end of the day, he's in front of me and I've got a job to do, you know, and I'll try most of my best to get that job done, and then we'll go from there. But until then, I'm not interested in anybody else. You know, I'll just take it step at a time.
No, of course, that sounds reasonable. And obviously, Matt, you've got a fight lined up the week after.
No, I've
Kel.
got 2 the week before.
Okay, 2. So you're very, very active right now. So I guess your aim right now is to get as many fights, get as much experience, collect the belts. What's the plan for you?
I'm just here collecting belts, going home, eating ice cream. Couldn't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's me and him in that ring. I ain't looking past him. The other 2 people that I've got before him, I am. No one's their shit. I respect it. He's boxed before. These people have boxed, but they don't know how to box. He knows how to box, and we know that. But May 31st, he's getting slipped.
I guess that's the first bit of credit we've heard during this Gloves Are Off, that you can box.
No, listen, at the end of the day, you know, it takes big bollocks to step into a ring. It's not easy, do you know what I mean? And, you know, he does it quite confidently. I've seen that. He's quite confident in stepping into the ring. But at the same time, like I say, it takes a lot of guts to step into a ring. A lot of people can criticise and say what they want about fighters, but unless you've been in there and done it and done the business, it's easy for you to say. The only thing that I will say is that, you know, once the job's done and we've got him out of there, we'll look past it then. But I think you're very stupid to look past someone that you've got to fight, because at the end of the day, you don't know what can happen. But I know what's going to happen with this. Wear the cowboy hat in the ring as well, so I can blow that off.
Right, I'll be on the ring walk, don't you worry.
Let's get some fight predictions then. We're not too far out from the fight itself. How does it go for that main event on the 31st of May?
Tell me.
No, he has to you first.
Go on,
Ladies
you're the
first.
main event, you tell me. Go on.
Go on, you first.
If he runs away, which he
Nah,
will,
look me in the eyes,
which he
please.
will.
Look me in the eyes.
If you run away, it doesn't go past 3.
You reckon 3? First. I reckon 1.
And Matt?
To date.
You're getting caught. That's it. You come out wild, you're getting caught.
I can't wait.
Neither can I. That's what I'm here. You're nervous, shaking your leg. I'm
Nervous.
sound. I'm chilled. I'm calm. Probably go home. Probably get back into bed, watch a film, eat some pizza.
That's nice. I hope you've been training.
For who? You.
This is going to be a barnstormer, ladies and gents. An absolute barnstormer. Do we get a shake of the hands before we end this and go for the stare down?
Sure.
And that's it, ladies and gents. Gora versus Matt Rose, the main event for the Contender show, the 31st of May at the Medway Sports and Social Club. It's going to be one hell of a fight. The main event of the Contender show, Gora Matt Rose. You don't want to miss this one.
You're 7 years old.